Trying out something different here. I'm going to review a run I did about a month ago up Rattlesnake Mountain up in Washington. I took a bunch of footage, but I didn't put a video together because, quite frankly, as I rewatched the footage, it didn't look all that exciting or impressive. The reality of what it actually felt like was totally different. So, yeah, I'm trying this hopefully to, give a little more context because I think a lot of us try these pretty crazy adventures and we don't really give them the credit that they deserve. Like, we're doing pretty intense stuff out there, but even on film sometimes it doesn't really translate. So hopefully I can do that in this video, make it translate, that is. Oh, it's super windy, so hopefully you can actually hear this, but straight ahead is Horse Heaven Hills area. That's where I was running in the super dense clouds the other day where you couldn't see anything. I ran across that whole ridge right there. And then looking straight ahead near that big point is Rattlesnake Mountain, White Bluffs. That's where I ran yesterday and where I'm gonna go tomorrow, hopefully hit the summit. If it's not this windy, because that might get sketch. But yeah, that's the plan right now. Nice long run over there tomorrow afternoon. All right, time to clock out of work and go run up Rattlesnake Mountain here in Southeast Washington. Super pumped. It looks like a pretty gnarly spot. 3,000 something feet of climbing, so nothing crazy, but a lot of prominence. It's on this big exposed ridge right next to the Hanford site, so yeah, should be a cool, unique experience. I got wind layers on because it's always windy up in that area, in my experience anyway. But yeah, let's hit it. I'll tune in from the trail. Definitely got to get in a good pre-run activations today. Gonna be about 17 miles or so. No messing around, no cheating. I gotta actually get ready for this climb. Gotta be smart. All right, let's go. Head up to the top of Rattlesnake. Actually, the most beautiful day it's been all week, so that kind of worked. The only day it's not cloudy, so yeah, pretty awesome. The week leading up to this had been super crazy weather-wise up there. Just crazy intense winds. I think if you saw my earlier video where I'm literally running through a cloud and stumbling around, yeah, it looked like that's what it was going to be like. So when I kind of preview it the night before up on this clip here and looking over towards Rattlesnake, might not sound in the video, but I was pretty intimidated, like pretty scared for this one. It was an area I've never been to, so totally new. And just yeah, with that weather in mind, I was pretty intimidated. So yeah, I'm still on the part of the trail I ran the other day, and yet I somehow still went the wrong way. So if there's a wrong way to go, I'll go it. So now I gotta bushwhack down to the apparent trail that I plotted out, which is always fun at the beginning of a long run. Could be worse. So these first few miles on runs like this, and really any kind of super long adventure run, I just try to distract myself, honestly. It's pretty intimidating, even if it wasn't someplace new. I'm gearing up for a super long run tomorrow, and yeah, I can, it's not quite butterflies, but it's, butterfly maybe. It's definitely intimidating even after all these years. It's just a big, long day out. I guess a lot could go wrong, but it's not even that. It's more of just a mix of excitement and adrenaline, maybe. But yeah, just that low-grade excitement for doing something that we know is going to be really hard. So this is one of the craziest hills I've ever run up. It's not long.
It's only like about a quarter mile, but it's like 600 plus feet in that quarter mile, like high 40s something percent grade, 48 maybe. Just insane. Absolutely insane. All right, you guys ready to see this nutty hill? Take a look in front of me. Whew. Yeah, that just cuts straight up the ridge. It starts like a 10th further down and just, yeah, right up over that false summit. Oh, we're getting our first good look at the summit up there. That's pretty rad. Very, very cool.
Coming up over this first big rise, I think I was about probably halfway through the run, but that was really the first point in the run that I could actually see the summit. And I didn't see any major red flags or fences, so yeah, I think this is kind of where I started to get a little relief and yeah, get a little bit more excited about actually getting up all the way to the top. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at here.
I kept seeing this in the distance, and I was like, looks like a road. Yeah, apparently there's a full-on road to the summit here, so that's crazy. I don't think there's access to the start. It's got me thinking. That would be a fun run in road shoes. Whew, throw on some vapes and be cooking up and down. More research needed, but I doubt you can get to it. Anyway, yeah, you can cross it when you come up this way. We're almost 6 miles in, a couple thousand feet of vert, so yeah, like 2 more miles to the summit. Getting there.
Cool thing about this route in particular too, unlike most of our routes here where there's a lot more steep bits if you want to really get a lot of climbing, this honestly had like a quarter mile total that was actually steep. So yeah, it was pretty fun if you want to get in a nice long consistent climb and you happen to be in Southeast Washington. Yeah, highly recommend 3,400 feet of really steady vert.
This is officially one of the crazier paved roads I've ever been on. And there's even guardrails. So safe. Wow. Did not expect to be doing a big portion of this run on a road. I'm not complaining, just unexpected. Most of this route is not steep at all, but ooh, there are a couple spots like this part of the hill I just came up. That will make you work for it. Oh man. So close though. Almost there. Well, here we go up to the high point. Not super impressive after that big climb, but this is the summit. Your guess is as good as mine if it's that little bump or that one. I'm thinking this one.
And I don't know how it is for you, but for me, once I flip around on any out and back, but especially one where it's, you know, it's climbing the first half, yeah, it feels like the run's done. You know, I'm more of a downhill runner anyway, so that makes it more fun, but also just, you know, the nerves or intimidation that you might have had earlier, I think they're just completely gone because you know exactly where to go. You know that there's nothing that's potentially going to stop you, and you just gotta, you know, make sure you don't trip and take a big digger.
So, I forgot to mention before I head down, average pace was about 9:37 on the uphill, so actually not bad considering how difficult it was. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't pushing hard either, so that's pretty reassuring after after a big week of vert. We'll see what the downhill split is. Probably significantly quicker given how steep it looked, so that should be fun. All right, let's hit it.
So I guess the question is, why do I take a half day from work to go do something that scares me in a place I've never been, with no cell phone or a safety net? And I think the answer to that question is really because after a decade of doing these things, I really have the belief that intentionally doing hard things just makes me a much better person in so many different ways, way beyond just the running and making myself stronger. Yeah, sure, I picked this specific route because it's, you know, in line with a future goal. But yeah, really just doing hard things intentionally makes me a stronger and better and more well-rounded person and more resilient to all the different types of stress in life.
And I'm almost done. Got real warm back down here at the bottom, but otherwise it's pretty comfortable. Breezy and nice. Legs are pretty fatigued now. They're already sore. Now they're really tired. Pretty sure I'm gonna do a flat week next week. Do not feel the need for any vert for a while. Oof. Yeah. All right, now to change, eat, get to the airport. Yeah.
Well, I had fun. I built myself a little studio in the garage and yeah, broke down this run on my lunch break. So hopefully you had fun as well watching it and maybe diving into some of the psyche that you can relate to on your own long runs and adventures. And I'd say just, you know, give ourselves a little pat on the back for doing hard things, you know, on purpose that we don't have to do.